It was the last year of high school, and we had this dance called prom. Now, prom was a special dance because it was at the end of your senior year, which signified the last year you would ever be in school. You no longer had to go to school after that year unless you went to college and university. Now, I wasn't going to college or university, so this would be my last year in school. So it was a big thing, and what made it special was you had to ask out a girl and you guys would dance and then take a picture and maybe hook up. I needed to find a date because I didn't want to be that weird kid in the back with just doing nothing, not dancing with all the other losers that didn't find any girls to ask out or they got rejected. I didn't want to be one of those guys. Definitely not. So I had to ask out a girl. And I knew a girl that I was going to ask out since the beginning of that year. So prom was in May. I knew I was going to ask this girl out in August. But I just kept on waiting. Every time I would see her in school, oh, now's not the perfect time. Oh, she's talking with her group of friends. Oh, I'm not really in the mood. Oh, the weather is bad. Oh, I kind of look unattractive. Oh, I just had a cheat meal yesterday. Every time I saw her, it was just constantly these bullshit excuses why I couldn't approach her. When in reality, none of that was actually true. I easily could have approached her looking back countless of times, but I just sold myself on a lie that I couldn't do it because of this. So months go by, and it's literally the last week until prom. And I haven't asked this girl out. And I definitely did not want to be one of those people that didn't have a date who kind of just sat in the back like fucking losers. I was not going to be one of those. So it's the Monday of the following week, and prom is on the Friday. Today's the day I'm going to ask her out. So I go with my group of friends, and the odds are in my favor because where my group of friends hang out is today is where her group of friends are hanging out as well. So we're very close. The perfect day I've been envisioned for 8 months. Finally, it's this day. It's that Monday, and I'm going to approach her today and see if I get a date. So I go speak to my friends and I tell myself, oh yeah, I'll approach her in a little bit. Let me say what's up to him. Let me say what's up to him. And throughout the whole process, I'm constantly side eyeing her. Like 18 minutes passes by, and there's only 2 minutes left until the bell rings and we all have to get back to class. And I did not know if there was ever going to be this opportunity again where my friends are hanging around in the same spot as her group of friends. So I had that sense of urgency because I was telling myself, oh, today's the perfect day. It's like the perfect moment. I start walking towards her. With each step I'm taking towards her, my hands are shivering. My legs are starting to like shake a little. And I can just immediately tell my voice is going to be completely out the window. Every time I get nervous, I start speaking really fast and I take these like shallow breaths. So with each step, I'm getting closer and closer and closer to her until I'm in front of her and all of her friends and her attention is on me, which just makes it 10 times harder because I was hoping I would kind of like sneak in while they were having a mid conversation and just like quickly ask her out and then not make a big deal out of it. But it is a big fucking deal because everybody has eyes on me and I have to perform like a clown. So I ask her, are you going to prom? I speak so fast, my voice is so shallow, and she can tell I'm incredibly nervous. It's like, no, I'm actually not going this year. I feel like that's exactly how she said it. She said it incredibly slow just to tell me that she is not nervous and I'm a weirdo for speaking this fast and making a big deal. So after she says, no, I'm not going, I ask her, oh, so what are you doing today at lunch? It's like, oh, no, I'm actually busy. And I ask her one last time, the nail in the coffin. Oh, what are you doing tomorrow? It's like, oh, I'm sorry. No, no, thank you. She was super polite about it, but I got rejected 3 times, 3 motherfucking times in a row. That was the first girl I ever asked out in my entire life. After I got rejected, I start slowly walking my way back to my friends. On the way back, It felt fucking fantastic. It felt like an anvil had been lifted off my shoulder because this is what I've been thinking about for 8 months, right? August all the way till May. For that long, I've just been constantly telling myself, I have to approach her. I have to approach her. I have to approach her. So once I did the thing, like it felt amazing. And that whole day, I was on like a high. Like think about it, I still remember it to this day because that's how good it felt. Finally getting something off my chest that I've been wanting to say for 8 months. This wasn't a Disney story, so it didn't end well. I went to prom by myself, right next to all the other weirdos that didn't have a date. And it pissed me off so much that 3 years after, I made it my fucking mission to never have this problem again. And after 3 years, I can approach any girl I want effortlessly in any environment that I want. It only took 3 years, and now I want to help you overcome that fear. And this is exactly what I did. You see, the reason why you have this fear is because you pedestalize women. You see, that is the root cause, and you being scared of approaching them is just a symptom. Yes, we can address the symptom head on and just cure the symptom, but that's like putting a band-aid over the solution. Why not just like fix the solution itself instead of just slapping a band-aid on it and waiting for it to peel off slowly? Let's just like surgically get in there and just put stitches on there. Now you see, we have to tackle this subconscious belief of us thinking that women are better than us. Now you see, you don't think that consciously. Like when I was going to ask out this girl to prom, I wasn't consciously thinking that this girl is better than me. This girl has more rights than me. This girl is just in a higher class than me. I was not thinking that whatsoever. But those are what my subconscious thoughts were linking towards, right? Why do I need to wait until a perfect moment? Why do I need to look my best in order to approach her? Why do I need to do any of these things? Well, it all just boils down to that I thought that she was higher than me, right? Think about it. If I told you to approach a homeless guy, you wouldn't have any of these thoughts, right? You wouldn't give a fuck if your breath stank. You wouldn't give a fuck if you looked bad. You wouldn't care if you were disturbing him. You wouldn't care because he's a homeless guy. Just think about that. If I told you to approach a homeless guy, you would definitely not have any fear because all right, well, it's the homeless guy. I don't fucking care about this dude. So why is it when we see a girl that we're attracted to, we get nervous and we don't want to approach? It's because we pedestalize them subconsciously. This message has been ingrained to you since you were 12 and you were watching your first cartoon in your entire life. What did the cartoons portray the dad as, the male figure as? This fat, weak, lazy figure. What did the cartoons portray the female as, the girl? This driven, hardworking, athletic. I remember being like 13 years old, eating my bowl of cereal, and watching this cartoon called The Amazing World of Gumball. I didn't know at the time, but looking back at it, that fucking TV show or that cartoon has probably still affected me to this day because that was the message it was just confirming into my mind of like, okay, the guy is supposed to be a lazy, fat dork who plays video games, while the girl is this like driven, hardworking figure who wears the pants. That message was secretly getting ingrained to my brain, and I didn't even know it. Okay, because obviously, like your brain can't tell which is real and which is fake. Which is why if I tell you to start thinking sexual thoughts, you'll start getting a boner, right? So your brain can't tell if it's real or not. For all it knows, it's seeing male and female dynamics when you're watching a cartoon, right? It doesn't know that it's fake. It doesn't know that it's not real. Throughout your whole life, you've been conditioned to believe that women are better than you subconsciously by all the content and the media, right? Think about Peter Parker. Peter Parker is this loser who is bullied in high school and he has this crush on this girl. The girl goes with a jock, the bad boy, and after months of obsessing over that girl, he finally gets the girl after she's been ran through. All these cartoons, all these movies have subtly conditioned you to believe that women are better than you subconsciously. So the first thing we have to do in order to destroy this fear is fix the root problem. And the way we fix this is by stop consuming anything that gives you this belief subconsciously. Stop watching the cartoon that reinforces this belief. Stop watching the media that reinforces this belief. Stop watching the porn that reinforces this belief. Stop watching any bits of content that gives you this belief subconsciously in your mind. And what we have to do is we have to go on the other extreme. Because right now, we're in this far left side. This far left side where we think women are better than us. We think women are gods. We think women are these highly powerful, mighty creatures that can't do any harm. And the only way to find the equilibrium is we have to swing all the way to the other side. You have to start consuming content that is pro masculinity, that makes men look good. Start reading books about great men of the history. Start reading books about what men have done. Start reading books of how civilization was built from fucking men. Once you go to the other extreme of pro masculine topics and you stop consuming this, after a while, you'll start equalizing. Okay? That's the only way that I've been able to do it. So I can't offer you any other alternative. Now, this is good for the long run. This is good just doing it subtly, because I'm not asking you to do much. I'm just asking you to switch the content you consume from one that's detrimenting you to one that's giving you a positive outlook on life. This is going to take years because these subconscious beliefs have been implanted slowly through years. You don't just watch one video and you get the whole message. No, you have to watch it repeatedly. It's like brainwashing. That's how it gets deep into your subconscious. So this is the long-term process. Now, if you're a brown guy in the West and you're afraid of approaching girls, you don't know what to say, you don't know how to carry the conversation, then I want you to click that first link in the description and I'll personally help you. This is like the long-term solution that you have to do alongside exposure therapy. Okay, one does not exist in a vacuum. You have to do both. You can't just do one and skip the other. Now, this is the part that's going to be hard, because this is where I'm telling you, you have to go face your fears. You have to get out of your comfort zone and you have to start approaching girls. Now, don't make the mistake that so many guys make where they'll just, oh, I have to cold approach a girl. And then they'll go throughout their day not talking to anyone. And then once they see the girl, they want to approach, but they can't because it's incredibly hard. Instead, we have to level up for the boss. Think about approaching a girl as a level 5 boss. If you're level 0, you could probably skip to that level, but it's going to be incredibly hard. And the chances of you defeating that boss are incredibly low. So instead, let's work our way through the levels. And the way we do this is by doing small acts of socialization. When I wake up and I go outside, I'll speak to everybody. Everyone that walks by, hey, good morning. I don't expect a response back. I don't really care. I'm just doing that so I get in the social groove. When I go to the gym, I make small talk with the receptionist. I make small talk with the guy that I always see working out. I get into a little funny conversation. I give an old lady a compliment. I give the cute girl who's not really my type a compliment, right? After I've done all these things, approaching a girl I find attractive isn't that hard because I've already spoken to like 5 other humans. So talking to this hot girl is just like, okay, well, I'm just speaking to her. I've already spoken to 5 other humans. Well, what's the difference between this girl? And that is the only way I've been ever able to cold approach a girl. Because every time I just skip the level, 9 times out of 10, I never approach her. And the times I do approach her, I come off 10 times less attractive, 10 times less confident because I haven't warmed myself up. When you're about to work out, you typically do a warm up so you don't break any muscles. You know, you have your joints nice and loose and all like warmed up. That way the workout is easier and you don't injure yourself. That's the same thing with your social muscle. You can warm it up by talking to people and getting into interaction. That way, when you see a girl, you're already warmed up. You're already the most charismatic version of yourself. So that increases the odds of you actually getting her. Now, advice like this is what I give inside my community, Brown Man's Playbook. If you want my help, click that link in description. But don't think, don't have this big fucking ego of thinking that you're above this. Because 6 months ago, I was talking with this dude who's seen me approach girls, and he's envious of me because he wants to do what I can do. So me being the nice guy I am, I try help him. So I just tell him, hey, go ask that person. It was a dude, how many sets he has on that machine. And he's like, oh no, no, hell no, dude. That's too easy, bro. So I told him, go do it. Like, oh bro, no, I don't want to do it, dude. How's this gonna help? But it's like, bro, if you can't even do that part, if you can't even ask a guy how many sets he has on a fucking machine at the gym when that's a normal question to ask, what makes you think you're gonna approach a girl? If you can't even talk to another human being, what makes you think you're gonna get into a romantic conversation with a girl? It makes no fucking sense. Don't have this ego because I told him that 6 fucking months ago. And 6 months later, he's still scared of approaching girls. So you can either not listen to my advice and end up like the same fucking person 6 months later, or you take my advice and you change your life in 6 months. So which one is it? You need to level up for the boss because if you're watching this video, you probably have social anxiety. You probably haven't spoken to enough people yet, or else you wouldn't be fucking watching this video. So don't have this big ego to think that, oh, this is not genuine. Oh, this is not that hard. Oh, I don't want to do that level. Why can I not talk to the girls? No, you have to work your way through. You have to put in the work and then you see results. Now, this is exactly how you overcome your fear of approaching girls. Now, when you learn this one skill of approaching girls, your whole life changes. There's a statistic out there that says that 20% of men are sleeping with 80% of women. When you learn this skill, you can be in that 20% of men. You will never have a problem with your dating life ever again as long as you just keep on approaching. Now, if you're a brown guy and you want my help on this, click that first link in description, but catch you later.